Hey, what's up, everybody? Daniel and Ciso here, episode 43, season 2, and episode 22 of season 2. Anyway, what's up, guys? I am here drinking just Jack, no ice, no nothing. I'm feeling it. It's a perfect way to start the shorter week. Hope you all enjoyed your Memorial Day, had some time to, enjoy with family, enjoy the time off, think about our country and all that stuff. To bring in our second host, Alex Kaderi. What's up, brother?
What's up, guys? It's good to be back, babies. It's good to be back, babies. Today I'm drinking an Elysian Space Dust IPA, old fashioned.
Nice. That's not an old fashioned. That's a beer.
That it is. It is.
Get a new beer.
Okay, I will.
Says Mr. Bud Light over there.
Yeah. Dan, what are you drinking? Spoiler alert.
I'm drinking the Red Electric Moscato.
Ooh, how's New York?
By none other than Slim Quady.
Oh, shit, Slim Quady.
It's backwards.
Quady or Quaddy?
I don't know. I don't know where the hell this came from. It's been in my room.
It's Lil Quaddy.
Lil Quaddy.
Quaddy.
I'm back from the Big Apple, and I'm ready to rock.
You should have made a pun there about something, and you failed.
Did you make it there?
If I can't make it there, I'll make it anywhere.
Let's bring in our last host.
Jerome, what's up?
What's up, fellas? Today, I've got a challenge for myself. I'm drinking a Budweiser Zero. I don't know if you guys saw that right there. If you're watching the YouTube version of this, you can see it says alcohol per volume 0%.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good.
For Memorial Day weekend, we went to the beach, and my mom she got a 12-pack of these for herself, and then she didn't finish them, and she was like, you can take these home. So I now have 6 of them. So the challenge for today is, since I can drink these and not get fucked up, I'm going to try to drink as many of them as I can during the cast. So I've got 2 sitting here right now. I'm aiming for an additional 2 after the break, total of 4 in the hour. We'll see how I'm doing.
What a madman.
Probably burpee.
Those are pretty good, all things considered.
They are tasty. They taste like really, really similar to beer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you poured that into a red Solo cup, no one would even know.
Mm-hmm. You're right. 100%.
So it's a life hack. That's what you're telling me.
Life hack.
I guess so. For recovering alcoholics.
Mm-hmm.
And Jerome.
Yep. So I guess let's get right into it. Dan, tell us about New York.
Yeah.
Oh man, where does one begin when talking about the greatest city on earth?
Well, strangest thing you saw, because like that's the best. Those are like. Did you see anybody in the subway doing anything like just really weird or something?
The one night we took the subway home late. We were coming from downtown by like Wall Street. We were with one of Charlie's friends, and this guy got on, and he was missing like half his teeth. And we tried not to make eye contact with him. Well, that's just to paint a picture. We tried not to make eye contact with him, but lo and behold, he kind of got Charlie's attention. Luckily, the car had other people in it, so it wasn't like really threatening. But he asked Charlie, or no, I guess he asked me what my name was, and I said Dan. And then he asked Charlie what her name was, and she told him. And then he just kind of started talking to us. He's like, man, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I've got AIDS. I've had AIDS for 17 years, and all my friends treat me like I'm dead.
Were you just like thinking like this is what John Mulaney went through in his stand-up bit?
Yeah, it was literally that bit.
Hi, I'm gay. I have AIDS. I'm new in town.
I was not expecting this story to go in that direction.
Yeah, but he told us he loved us, and Charlie says that he told her that he could be her man, but I didn't hear that. I think he was just singing a song. But then he kind of got down to brass tacks and was like, I kind of need some money for some food. I was like, I don't have any cash. I'm sorry, bro. Because I mean, that was the truth.
Yeah.
And then he just like immediately got off at the next stop and gave up.
Yeah.
Yo, there was this time in Durham where a guy came up to us and asked us for money, and I said, I don't have any cash. And he said, that's okay. There's an ATM over there. And I said, okay, well, I just really don't want to use an ATM right now. Like, there are fees and stuff involved. And he was like, and he said, that's okay. One does not have to give cash. One can call the hotel directly and book a room. And I was like,
I'm not trying to book you a room.
I'm like, can I just get the fuck out of here, man? What's going on?
That's a lot.
I have a friend who says like every time he drives into town, there's this. He's not homeless. He's just like the local guy. He'll be like, "Hey, big man, you going into town?" And they'll be like, "No, Donald J, I'm not going into town." And they'll be like, "All right, fuck you then." And like that happens to everybody. His name's Donald J. The more you know.
Wait, which town?
Is that like short for Donald J. Trump?
It sounds like
Glasgow. It's Glasgow, Kentucky.
Oh, the big city.
The big city.
Yeah, but we had the one other good guy was we were in Washington Square Park, and these guys came up and like set up speakers. I don't know what their shtick was. They had like a hashtag and stuff, and they just set up like Latino music, like it was kind of like salsa-ish. And this dude comes up with no shirt on and a rainbow umbrella hat and just starts like boogieing. And then he tries to get Charlie to dance with him. And then she's like, no, I'm good. And then he like gets down on the ground and like goes to kiss her foot. And she like pulls it away. And then he does it to her friend as well. And we end up just giving him half of our margarita slushy.
What?
I was really bummed about because he was like, I'm hungry. We're like, we don't have any food. We have this margarita.
Why would you say that?
Yeah.
Well, now he's going to get double drunk.
I know it didn't help him.
That city's a lot to take in for sure. But you see, I knew you already had some stories, especially since you were gonna like be out there and seeing the city.
Oh, yeah.
That's intense. It's a lot. It's overwhelming. Imagine like that on a day-to-day, people just zone it out. You know, on the commute, you just zone it out. You're just like not gonna.
That's what's weird.
You're just not gonna, you know.
You have to. I feel like.
You got your headphones in. You're looking into space.
Right.
You sat there and what causes. What?
I feel like that's what causes everybody up north to be like kind of like less personable. Like that's why they want to be more to themselves. Yeah.
At least in the public spaces for sure. Like, and you know, a lot of times, like, did you go to, so you mentioned, you know, some of the parks, but like to the parks, like when it's a beautiful sunny day, you go and everybody just kind of like minds their own business, sits on the bench, but you know, everybody's like less than 3 feet away from each other, right? In the benches, and it's nice. Like people just,
it got packed.
Yeah. Okay. Favorite food or baked good or something like that.
Yeah.
We went to this place called Donut Pub every morning, literally every morning. It was right by our hotel. I got donuts and biscuits and shit like that.
Some coffee.
Yeah. It was good. Magnolia Bakery was really good.
Okay.
Got some peanut butter banana pudding like 3 different times.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, it was stupid good. And favorite dinner was probably the sushi I had in Soho. I literally ate like 21 pieces of it. I just like couldn't stop.
Oh yeah, dude.
When we went to Denver like last weekend, we went to this sushi spot, and between Barb and I, we spent $90 on sushi, except the entire meal was $17, and I just like couldn't help myself. It was so good. I just kept eating. Yeah. But okay, Dan, most expensive meal, and how much did you pay?
We honestly ate really cheap, all things considered. I had a couple like $50 meals, and then we went to
the city, I feel like.
No, we went to we went to like a Tex-Mex kind of place. It's like like a fancier Mexican place on Park Avenue. And I think it ended up being like $80 with drinks and food and all. It So it's
That's
not
kind of
bad.
interesting. I would have expected the sushi to be more expensive than like a Mexican type place.
It was cheap. It was like $15 for 3 rolls of 6. So you got like 18 little pieces of sushi.
Damn.
You know how if you're at a proper Mexican like fancy restaurant is when the tacos are the little circle tacos like this.
Yeah,
like
it's the
this
smaller food for
big.
more money. It's stupid.
100%. Any like, and I'm talking about like anywhere that like different places I've been in the world, like no cap, like it's always like those the nice fancy Mexican restaurants. It's like smaller tacos, small plates. The
Isn't that
food is
tapas?
amazing. I mean,
tapas is stupid.
I don't know if Mexicans would necessarily. I mean, I guess you could use that word, but I don't know. I can't remember the menus.
Tapas isn't more like Spanish cuisine.
You're right. So like, I don't know if
But they apply that to so many different like Hispanic cuisines. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I know it's more than just Spanish.
Shit. I think it's just like a word now. Honestly, it's
Colombians
like,
never use tapas. We never use that word.
Like a good. I feel like it's just like a food category in itself now. Because now in Durham, there are a lot of spots that say like Asian tapas, and it's like little small appetizers.
Cultural appropriation. Cultural appropriation. I'm kidding.
Well, it's like,
I guess.
I'm kidding.
I want to say like historical context. Spain did like tapas because like it was right before their siesta because they would eat late and they don't want to be like full before they get to I don't know. Just kind of
that makes sense.
Interesting stuff.
That makes sense.
They would stay up late, eat late, drink late. But like Greece did the same thing. I don't know. Europe is different.
No, but you know what's really okay? You know what's interesting about Spanish culture? There's like three things I want you guys to hear right here. So you know that Colombian hot chocolate I've told you we had before? So the Spanish kind of have their own version. They also have churros, and they do that together, but Colombians don't do that. But churros, Mexicans do churros, right? And then, this whole late night structure, like Argentinians love doing this whole thing where, they stay up really late. Like when they go out, it's like 12, 1, like when they start to go out. And then, they get home. Yeah, to go out to the bar. Yeah. Dude, the one time I was in Buenos Aires, I went out one night to do that whole thing where I like would stay up until the sun would rise, and it was just a lot. Had no money no, I did have some cash, but I didn't. My phone wasn't charged. I didn't know where I was, right, because I didn't have the GPS, and I was just like, I need to get back to the center of the city. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy, but obviously, I mean, it's not that crazy because like I could speak the language, but it was still insane.
I'm sure that helps.
There are a few times I went without GPS when I was down there, and that was one of the times. But that's because like Argentina's a little bit safer than most.
I'm trying to like think of like what would be the equivalent. I'm trying to be like, what is the equivalent? Being dropped in the middle of London and being like, all right, I'm gonna stay out late without my phone. Hello.
It can happen. It can happen for sure.
Speaking of London and England,
you going?
So we went out with Charlie's friend from her sorority job that lives in New York, and her friend from home from Texas came with us. And it was this British guy whose dad, according to them, like started the anti-vax movement. Like he's the doctor that like is credited with starting it, like the autism myth. Yeah. He like lost his license in England, and they moved their family to Texas, and he went to Charlie's friend's high school. So he was hanging with us.
Oh my God.
Wait, but the kid, not the dad. The kid was.
Yeah, we were hanging with the kid, and he didn't mention it. He was really cool. He just had like this strong British accent.
Yeah. I mean, we're not our fathers. We can just say that right now. That could be a good title for the episode, even though it has nothing to do.
We are not our fathers.
We are not our fathers.
Well, okay. Go ahead, Alex.
I have a joke I want to read in just a second here. You guys go ahead. You guys talking about that just cracked me up. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Dan, so overall, was it a successful trip? Did Charlie enjoy her first time in New York?
Oh, yeah. We had a blast. It was really rainy, like 3 days. That was the only hiccup, but we made do. Our hotel was really good. Lots of cool people.
Nice.
Fun times.
It's fun. That's a cool, like, yeah, Jerome and Dan, you guys doing those couple trips. And I mean, I know obviously Kadari's got some planned out, but that sounds really fun. That sounds really fun. You get to see the restaurants, the locations. Like, were you surprised by this is kind of a question for both of you, but first Dan, were you surprised by like maybe the amount of movement, the amount of people at all? I don't know if we touched on that yet.
Yeah, it was busy.
Really?
It didn't feel like overwhelming.
Okay.
Very much.
Good.
So it felt like a good size. We were in Washington Square Park the first night, and it got kind of crazy. There were a lot of people there.
Yeah, NYU, you know, the
one.
campus, it just with the college students right there, it's the perfect kind of like
Right.
Yeah, they had
Thanks
some
for
like
that.
big. I don't know what they were protesting. I think it was just like every social justice issue at once. There was like a big parade coming in.
All world
'cause
problems.
Just chanting
Yeah.
everything. They had like
Yeah.
20 different flags of countries and
Yeah.
BLM and gay
Right.
pride.
Well, you kind of went
So,
there.
That was crazy.
You kind of went there right around when the George Floyd stuff has had, like, you know, a full year
Like the
anniversary.
1 year.
Yeah. Because, you know, when Sergio and I drove up to move out of my apartment in New York, we actually went up there like a few days before that happened over in, it was in Minneapolis, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And so like if we would have gone a week later, we wouldn't have even been able to get my stuff out just because like it would have been it was packed. When we went up there, it was everything was closed, 9th Ave, all the stuff. But Jerome, what about you? Denver? I don't know if we talked about this. Like, was it more packed than you expected, or?
Honestly, yeah. Like our flight to Denver was fully booked, not a single open seat. And then once we got there, like, you know, this is right after the CDC's new recommendation is like, if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear masks and stuff. So actually a lot of people in Denver weren't wearing masks, especially like out in the public areas or
I got you.
like outside, I guess. Most people inside were still wearing masks, but if they were just walking around the city or whatever, most people didn't have a mask on. So like, I don't know. I think it's starting to get a little more, you know, back to normal.
I got you.
Which is cool.
We're over 40% now.
Yeah,
that's right. So Alex, how do I build up for this joke? Is there?
Okay, sorry. The backstory was like him talking about this dude's dad starting the anti-vax movement, and then made me think of this joke that I saw on Reddit, I think 2 days ago.
Okay.
All right. It might not be appropriate. I think it's funny though. So it's like James Bond meeting Dr. No. And this is Dr. No. Feeling strange, Mr. Bond. That's because I've laced your martini with measles vaccine. The autism should be setting in any second now. And then James Bond goes back. Joke's on you, Dr. No. I've already disassembled your doomsday device and rearranged all the parts in order of size. And that's the joke.
Dan got it faster than I did. I'm kind of stupid.
Because he's 00 spectrum.
Because he's got autism.
Yep.
Because the vaccine worked.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Wow.
It was stupid.
Not bad.
Saw it on Reddit. Don't believe it.
You
Vaccines
prefaced
do not
it.
cause autism.
You prefaced it with you saw it on Reddit, and I think that's when the people know it's for entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
Dude,
Unless you become a millionaire with Doge, then you're the one laughing.
shit. Speaking of, AMC is going off, guys. I made money.
I made money on that.
Money.
And Hertz is booming. I'm on the up and up.
What's the second one? What was the second one, Dan?
I bought Hertz rent-a-car like a year ago, and it's tripled in value in like the last week.
Damn. Well, okay, here's the question, though. How much money did you invest a year ago?
We don't want to tell the people.
You can tell me during the break.
It's not a ton. It's not a ton.
I don't want them to come after Dan. After Dan.
Come get my money.
You can say I put in X and I got XX. You know what I mean? You can.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to.
Well, he did say that. He said 3X.
He said
I tripled my investment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I mean, I bought 100 shares. It wasn't that much. I made a couple $100 bucks.
Someone back calculate that for me. Look
Do the math on
look up the values and back calculate that.
But
what's 100 shares
on the real, it's just crazy. Obviously, it makes sense, right? This world is made up by us, right? By people, and it's just crazy how speculative some stuff is, and then out of nowhere, because of this agreed upon system of value, some of us have more digits in our bank accounts, right? Like some of us actually. And I mean not like just us, but like actually maybe deliver things of value. And then others of us just make good. I mean, I'm not trying to diss on any of it. It's just very interesting. I'm just like, wait, should have invested. Should have invested, you know?
The funny thing that I've seen like that's growing out of it, I know like how how there's bullish markets and bear markets. This whole freaking thing has created the ape market, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So the term ape it denotes people who are just buying and holding, and then holding on. The more apes that hold, the more bananas they'll gain. I love it.
It's insane. It's new economic theory for sure.
Exactly.
There's for sure a college that's teaching about this, like maybe not as a strategy, but just as a phenomena of this.
It is a phenomenon. It absolutely is because
there you go.
We did.
And it's an actual...
We talked about it in our... No, yeah, like in my investments class, we talked about it. And I mean, our professor continuously warned us not to invest with that strategy, but we did talk about it.
Why did he say not to invest with it?
Because it's just highly volatile, and you can't build a long-term portfolio strategy off of it.
You can't,
because you're purely I guess
it's just purely speculation, but you could make the argument that investing in general is purely speculation.
Sure.
Not just speculative, but you also have to trust in other people not to sell. Correct.
Yeah. It's crazy.
How do you know when to not? I don't know. You have to trust in other people, which is that's something so foreign right now. You can't just trust a random stranger anymore.
Right. Yeah. And and then at the time, like if it was truly something that didn't have any value, and let's say you invested early, then everyone who's buying at the time that you're selling is gonna, think about it. It's like it's gonna be thousands of people who take the loss, and then that one person. And then I mean, you could just say that's like financial Darwinism or whatever. And then just live your life, with your millions and your yacht, and then thousands of people.
I think the play is to screw over the hedge funds, right? Like that's kind of the end goal of like the apes as of right now.
Technically,
but it's going to screw over somebody in the end, whether that is the hedge funds or whether it's not. Is neither here nor there until it happens. Yeah. So at this point, we're all just riding the roller coaster. And I'm part of it. I love it.
Oh yeah. This is great. I think we should I feel like we should take a break. I'm almost done with this. I'm gonna refill it a little bit, and we will continue when we return. All right.
Okay.
Yeet.
Welcome back, guys.
And we're back.
Welcome back. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. All right. I'm going to have to edit this, right? So
there I was. Barbecue sauce on my titties.
I'm going to keep this. I'm just going to keep it.
It's raw. It's raw, unedited.
I've got a little bit more whiskey. I'm hanging out with the boys. What's up, guys?
By the way.
What?
Go on.
Oh.
What, bitch?
I'm sorry.
So we just talked about New York. During the break, we were talking about the wedding plans and all that good stuff. Did you all have any like thoughts, current events, anything y'all wanted to speak about? If not, I can probably make up something right now.
Yeah, man. I do have one thing I'd like to talk about. So we went on this beach trip for Memorial Day with my parents. And my dad's like really into cooking food right now. And
aren't we all?
he just kept making some weird fucking shit. I thought of this when you were talking about street tacos earlier, you know. He made these street tacos, except it was vegan and it was like oyster mushrooms in some sort of like sauce type situation. I don't know what was going on. And like it tasted fine. It was good, but I was like, damn, why can't we get some meat in here, you know?
Yeah.
And then
oysters.
And then oyster mushrooms.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oof.
And then he made these like rice fritters with cheese in them. And every time it took him like 3 hours to make one meal. And I was like, damn, Dad, can we just fucking grill on the grill? Like some burgers, some hot dogs? Like, come on, we're at the beach.
Come on, drunk steaks.
I don't know, man. Parents are weird. That's the moral of my story.
Well, I'm glad he's found a hobby he loves.
That's true. I guess you got to be happy for him there. Yeah.
You're a terrible son.
He also brought he's got one of those like DJI drones, like for photography.
Ooh,
and so we like got to take that out on the beach and just like play around with it and stuff. I crashed it into a couple trees, no biggie.
Was he mad?
The beach trees?
No. So the beach was like a 10-minute walk from the Airbnb that we were staying at. And so we were kind of playing both at the beach and in front of the Airbnb, and I crashed it into a tree by the Airbnb. But dude, those things are fun to play with, and they go so high up in the air, and like you can get them to go like I think up to like 4 miles away from you, something ridiculous.
That's insane.
It's crazy. Yeah,
it's a lot.
It was so much fun.
I wasn't expecting 4 miles.
Yeah. That's a lot of miles. Does it just like auto come back to you at that point? I don't even think you would be able to see it.
Yeah, so there's like, and 4 miles might be a mistake there. It might be 4 kilometers, something like that. But
1.3 miles.
What's a kilometer?
A kilometer?
I don't speak Italian.
Kilometer?
I don't know. But so the cool thing about it is just that like you can set it to like this auto follow mode.
Ooh.
And so you can point the camera at yourself and then set it to follow you, and then the AI kind of takes over and it just recognizes where you are, and you can just like go on a jog or take a walk or whatever, and the drone will just follow you. It's freaking cool, man.
It's like a little pet.
So how much is one of these gonna cost us? Gonna cost the
So the one that my dad has, I think, is like one of the original models from like 3 or 4 years ago. So when he bought it, it was like $800. Yeah, which is kind of expensive, but like photography equipment in general is always really expensive.
It's high tech.
But yeah, but then I think they make another one what's it called? I think it's called the Mavic Mini 2. And it's like $400 currently.
Okay.
So significantly cheaper. It also is their big like branding thing that they do for it is, or marketing, I mean, is that it's under 250 grams. Like they market it as being exactly 249 grams. And I think the reasoning behind it is, if it's under 250 grams, you don't have to register it with the FAA. You can just fly it whenever and wherever you want.
Makes sense.
Damn, son.
Wow.
But it's freaking cool. I would recommend, if you can ever play with a drone, play with a drone. But don't shake it more than 3 times, because you know what that means.
Playing
with yourself.
Playing with your drone.
That's a life lesson for anyone who hasn't heard.
Wise words.
Anybody else? That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Anybody else got anything?
On the same vein as that, flying things. The plane crashed in the lake here while I was gone, and it was really sketchy. I looked into it, and it was like this kind of like Christian subsect, culty sort of thing, and like some of the higher up members were in the plane.
What?
And
what's happening?
Yeah,
it was on TikTok.
It's not a lie. So you know what's fascinating about this is that I am. Are you leaving us, Alex? Or
no? I just think like if you cut it right now and then come back to it like after we started discussing it, it would be much more fun. Like
what?
Like, all right, here's what I think would happen. And that's what happened.
Okay,
whoa. Big brother.
So
what exactly happened?
So Dan, you're totally right. This actually happened in Smyrna. I don't know if you're looking up some information. You guys, yeah, and I guess nobody knows where I've been learning to become a pilot. I guess if somebody comes and searches for me, somebody that didn't want to find me, now they know where I'm learning. But they already know I'm in Nashville, so if they were looking for me, they're gonna find me regardless, right?
They know what's up.
True.
Yeah, maybe not. Anyway, so I'm going there to get my I'm doing a lesson. So I've done solo flights twice already. I don't know if I talked about the second solo flight, but that was wild. But let's not talk about that just yet. So I was meeting with my instructor. I am prepping for cross country flight, and that means like just doing longer distance travel, not like across the United States, right? It's a big country. Anyway, the whole point is like I leave, finish my course, and then whatever, I meet up with my instructor later that day because we had to finish up a lesson. I meet up with him somewhere else. And he told me that 10 minutes after I left, that crash happened. And it happened right from the airport that we left. We didn't fly that day because, first of all, I needed to do some ground school. And second of all, like the weather was not ideal in terms of like learning VFR flight, which is what I'm doing because I don't have my license. I'm not trying to get an instruments rating. And
what is VFR?
Visual flight rules. So like, you're just fine with you have instruments on board, but you're not like you have to get a certification, a rating to be able to fly in clouds. Yeah, pretty much. Gotcha. When you have no visibility. Obviously this jet, it's called a Cessna Citation jet, is you have to have all those ratings. It's a jet, you have to have everything. And apparently from what I heard, it was like, yeah, there's one pilot, no co-pilot, and like Dan said, 7 members, and they took off into the clouds, the ceiling. So like the clouds were, I think, at about 1,000 feet above ground level. So they were very, very close, right? So like by the time it takes off, it's in the clouds, right? Like a few thousand feet. We're at about 600 feet above sea level. And so like, they were at like 1,600. Basically, there's a video on YouTube. I guess I'll put it onto our chat of the communications between the plane and the tower. And dude, it's just crazy. Like, it's nothing intense, but at one point the pilot stops responding and it just kind of goes into, you can kind of see the path and see it like start to change elevation very rapidly. And the problem is because I've flown in, I've done like an instrument flight before, just kind of like obviously with my instructor. Dude, flying in the clouds, it's weird. Like the whole time I was looking at the instruments, so I was fine because I was staying, the nose, like everything was good. If you start like looking at the clouds, you actually do not know where you are with respect to like up, down, side, right, all that kind of stuff. You don't know if you're descending or not. You got to look at the instruments. I don't know what happened to this pilot, but like, and my instructor was telling me, it's like the speed that you're going at that jet, if you lose focus, you're cooked, especially on a takeoff. So that's what happened from my side of the story.
Wow. Yeah, I heard it just disintegrated. Like they came in hot.
Yeah.
Wait, so like
I heard it was like 2,000 or something feet per minute of like descent. And like I mentioned, you're already like almost about 1,000 feet above the ground. There's no way to recover first of all, you don't even know where to yank, like, where to like pull the yoke or whatever. So you're
donezo. It was weird because we were walking down like near Times Square, and we walked by the Fox News building, and that's how I saw it. It had like a Smyrna, Tennessee on the ticker outside the building.
I've seen that building.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, I better look into this.
So was it like full casualties?
Yeah, I think it was like 7 people on board.
Yeah, everyone was not recovered, so it wasn't. Yeah.
Wow,
they weren't able to rescue anybody. It was quick. Yeah, it was very quick. It reminds me, I mean, not like of the same crash, but like when Kobe passed, like when he died on that helicopter accident, like I was in Delaware, just at the beach, hanging out, grabbing dinner, lunch with someone, and it just, I don't know, man. Like you think about like, you can train for anything, and then you could just one day you're not on the ball, or you know the odds are stacked against you, and you're done, right? And you don't even have to be a pilot. Forget about that. Like I don't know if you guys saw, like a couple months ago, there was somebody flying in Florida, and there's a video, right, of like somebody's Ring doorbell of a car driving on a run on like a regular drive, like a road, and a plane crashed into the car in the road. And it's just like, you know, when it's your time, it's nuts though. It's nuts.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
It's nutsos.
But yeah, that was a little close. Like, think about it. It's like I'm flying out of that airport, and it's just like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dang, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm glad you brought it up, Dan. Again. I'm glad you brought it up, Dan.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like on the second solo flight, that was intense, because that one, my instructor had already endorsed me to fly solo, and we had practice at towered airports, and that was my first time at a towered airport, meaning like I had to adjust to the air traffic controller's command to tell me like if I needed, you know, whatever I needed to do. And so that was interesting, dude. I was sweating bullets when I was up there. I was just sweating bullets, bro.
Why?
Why? So,
I would be. That's terrifying.
I mean, like, first of all, it was a little hot, and then plus, like, there's like these little vents that you can adjust, like, for air to come inside the plane. And so I did that, but I didn't want to blow it on my face and the mic. So like, I don't get that it's just, yeah, I don't get that nervous normally, but it's like the second solo flight, you know. It's just eventually it'll be cake. It'll be, you know, I can't be cocky about it, but it'll be way more comfortable. But I did it, man. I did it again, and so we'll see. But it's still scary. Yeah, I told my parents about that stuff, like about that crash. I'm sure they're worried. But
yeah, dude, my parents would, like I said, my parents 100% would not let me fly after that. Guaranteed. I
mean, what are they gonna do? Lock you up?
I mean, yeah, okay, fair.
Disown you.
Yeah, exactly. That's the ultimate sacrifice to an Indian child, being disowned by their parents.
But
you're not a doctor. I thought you already got disowned.
Oh, true. Until you bring in those stacks, and then they're just gonna be like, I told you should.
We were so wrong about you, Jerome.
I told you should have gone to banking, Jerome. This is what you were made for. That's funny.
So, I've got one other thing I want to talk about. Alex, we're in the literal 2 weeks prior to the wedding. What's on your mind, man?
How do you feel?
Yeah, how do you feel? What's stressing you out? What's going well? You know?
Well, I'm more stressed out about work right now. I'm also stressed out about Savannah's happiness, because I want her to be happy. She's happy, bro.
Well, you know, she's gonna get married to you in 2 weeks, so
she will be happy. She will be
happy.
I think it's more of the planning of it all. She's like, once this is over with, every other party planning is going to be so easy.
Oh, I bet.
And I'm like,
that's what it is. Just a big ass party.
Fair. It is a big ass party.
The most important party of your life.
Yeah.
Correct.
You know,
but it's going to be the joining of.
Throw one of them.
Just one, only one.
Yeah.
But like we're gonna do the joining of the two families, and it's gonna be great.
100%.
I need you guys to drink all of your drinks, by the way. Everyone listening to the podcast, drink your whole drink. Just that's all I want you to say. That's all I want
today
you to
or
right now?
Yeah, right now
or the
or
wedding?
at the wedding.
At the wedding. At the wedding.
All right.
Okay. Why? Just
because we're
get your
paying
money's
by
worth?
we are paying by drink.
Oh, why don't you just buy a bunch of Bud Light and wine?
We can't bring it into the hotel.
Oh, that was a bad move, bro.
How's it a bad move? It's good reception.
Yeah. No, yeah. I think it'll be fine. You just tell us what to do.
It'll be awesome.
I'll drink them up, bro.
Yeah, we're there for you.
I'm gonna be like, you do this, you do that, and we're gonna be good.
No drink will go to waste.
You do this,
100%.
you do that.
We'll have big happy time.
I feel buzzed, guys.
Uh-oh.
Off your zeros?
I'm about to finish my third zero, and I feel like I'm in the middle of a coma.
Have you ever watched Hercules?
Yes.
The cartoon?
Fucking yeah, 0 to hero, my man.
I love that song.
Yeah, okay.
You accidentally got the ones that are 0% not alcohol.
It's 100% alcohol.
It's all alcohol.
It's 50% alcohol.
Terrible marketing on their part.
Maybe this podcast is intoxicating, and it's like how we get our fix every week. Maybe that's what's going on. No,
maybe, man. Or maybe this beer is just heavy, and like 36 ounces of beer is a lot in
that's probably
40
a lot.
minutes.
Yeah, that's probably a lot.
I mean, I would just be like, my tummy would hurt at that point.
Yeah,
my tum-tum.
My tum-tum. My stummy.
All right.
Stummy.
My stummy.
Let me bring this back.
Came in the mail.
Let me bring this back.
Sorry.
Close this out.
I'm about to go watch A Quiet Place Part 2. Have you all seen number 1?
No.
I have seen number 1.
Yes, I have.
Go watch number 1. Yeah, 100%.
Is that the one with Jim Halpert?
His name is John Krasinski, but sure.
Yeah.
Close enough.
I'm kidding. Yeah. And Emily Blunt. Emily Blunt. Yeah. All right, guys. So I guess I don't have any other events. Let's bring it back into last call, or bring it into last call. And who wants to start? Anybody got something on their minds? I feel like Kaderi has something right there.
Yeah, listen to Gang Gang by Polo G and Lil Wayne.
Ooh, that's a good rec, dude. That's a good last call.
Yeah.
Because Alex played that song for us right before we started the podcast, and it is bumping.
It's bumping.
It is
bumps.
Danny.
Bumps.
Big bumping.
Dan.
I don't know. We got rerouted to Albany, New York on our way up there, and it looked hella lame. So don't go to Albany, New York.
Don't go to Albany.
That's your rec.
Even
the is don't go to Albany.
I'm
even
gonna go
the
to
pilot
Albany.
was like, the pilot was like, I'm sure you're all very glad to be getting out of Albany, which is we are. He was just like roasting it when we were leaving.
What about you, Jerome?
I got one. Mine is, I don't know if you guys have HBO Max. I surely don't. But if you don't, pay for a month of HBO Max and watch the Friends reunion special, and then freaking watch the entire series while you have it for a month, because we watched it while we were at the beach and it tugged at my heartstrings. It made me feel all good inside. And then now, we're using our month to watch the entire 10 seasons of Friends.
Do it. Yes.
It's the nostalgia. It's the nostalgia factor for me, guys. That's my rec.
We're kind of like friends. I don't know if you knew that.
We're kind of like friends.
Yeah. Not like friends, but like friends.
No, like I'm Ross. Dan is Monica. Daniel Enciso is Chandler. Jerome is Phoebe.
I don't think that fits.
What?
I don't think that fits.
Phoebe.
Yeah.
No, that all makes sense.
What? Who's Joey? Who's Joey? Who's the dumb
I'm also Joey.
Yeah,
I'm also Joey.
You're two characters.
You're definitely Joey.
You're all the guys.
Yeah, no,
Josh is
definitely
fucking Mr.
Joey.
Heckles.
How you doing?
Yeah, no. Kaderi, you could totally be Joey Tribbiani, and it's like, yeah,
Joey Tribbiani.
All right, okay. So my my last call is like, I don't know if you guys have watched the show Entourage. It's on HBO as well, so if you have HBO Max, you can watch it. Then there's a podcast called Victory, the podcast, where a couple of like the director and then the guy that plays Johnny Drama, Kevin Dillon, they host a podcast, and there's one episode where it's with Gary Busey. If you know who Gary Busey is, he's a character, 100%. Go watch it. Like this guy is speaking wisdom on it, and it's hella fun, and it's super weird. It's rad, but that's my recommendation. The Gary Busey episode of Victory podcast. That's my last call for this week.
Very specific.
Anything with Gary Busey.
It's hella meta.
Really good.
Yeah, it's meta. All right, guys. We hope you enjoyed what you were sipping on, and join us next week for some more nonsense. So,
gang, 3. I finished 3.
Oh
yeah. All right, bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.